Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm going to talk to you today about the ungrateful Ilhan Omar. She is a congresswoman that represents a congressional district in Minnesota, and she is in the U.S. House of Representatives. In spite of that, in spite of the United States giving her safety and allowing her to run as a congresswoman and winning the election, she does nothing but bash U.S. policies, and she bashes Israel. And I'm not sure if she's anti-Semitic or not. You can be anti-Israel without being anti-Semitic. But I'll go ahead and say this: before she got to America, her family fled Somalia for Kenya, and was in a refugee camp in Kenya. Well, the refugee camp was ran by the Israeli government to give Somali refugees safety and food and shelter. And since she's been a congresswoman, she has done nothing but criticize Israel. And Israel's the only functioning democracy in the Middle East, by the way. Yes, there's some things Israel does that I don't agree with. I will be the first to tell you that. But they are the only functioning democracy in the Middle East, and they also allow Israeli Arabs to serve in their Knesset. And most Israeli Arabs that live in Israel want to keep being Israeli citizens because of the benefits they get from living in Israel. Let's get back to Ilhan Omar. Okay, recently she had said that some people did some things, and she vaguely, did not hardly at all, condemn the 9/11 terror attacks. And yes, it led to some infringement of civil liberties for Muslim Americans. Yes, that happened. However, she could have condemned the 9/11 attacks, saying they were atrocious, they were unprovoked, they were 200 Muslims died in the 9/11 terror attacks. They were killed by the hijackers. And I personally knew a Muslim from India who, when I was at Auburn, he ran a Philly cheesesteak restaurant that I would visit, and he made some really good Philly cheesesteaks. But he was in the World Trade Center as a chef during the attacks, and he condemned the terror attacks, and rightfully so. I'm thankful he survived. And Ilhan Omar has just done nothing but bash the United States and bash Israel, and it's not threatening or provoking to call her out on what are basically some bullshit comments. And, it's not threatening to call somebody out like that. Now, no violent threats should be made, nothing like that. If anybody makes violent threats and acts on them, they need to be put in jail and sentenced to harsh punishment. No, Ilhan Omar was a democratically elected official, and it's her First Amendment right to criticize U.S. and Israeli policies, but it's also our First Amendment rights to be able to say we think those statements that she made are bullshit. So, hope everyone's doing well. Take care. God bless them. Bye. Bye-bye.